Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 5 review of Arrow, The Secret Origin of Felicity Smoak. This was the first episode in the series where it's very much a Felicity-centered episode, which I think we needed. We've had a Diggle-centered episode, Suicide Squad, and of course the show is based around Oliver Queen. So this episode was a very refreshing, a different twist, and with it we got new different kinds of flashbacks with Felicity. So I'll get to that a little bit later. So let's go ahead and jump into my top 5 with number 5. Nothing to do with Felicity, funny enough. Uh, Roy, at the very end of the episode, this is only number 5 because I knew about it before the episode. It wasn't really that surprising to me. It was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Let's just throw a few things. It wasn't really like, oh my gosh. It wasn't the best secret ending, the best ending cliffhanger of the series or even the season so far. But it shows Roy throwing arrows into Sarah's chest, like when she was killed. He wakes up in his dream. Now, did Roy really kill Sarah? We don't know. That's being played out in tonight's episode, Guilty, a little bit. Roy confides, I think it's the word, confides in Felicity, so I guess a little like Felicity title, that's more of this episode. So that'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Whether there's secrets to who really killed Sarah in these dreams, or if it was really Roy. Something we don't know. This is probably one of the biggest mysteries. This wasn't really a reveal. It was more of a cliffhanger than anything. A lot of how the episodes ended was very much a reveal, and this wasn't really a reveal. This was more of a cliffhanger. So, I mean, a little bit different, but it wasn't my favorite ending to an episode. Okay, so number 4, Thea, and Malcolm's relationship. Thea is using Malcolm's money to reopen Verdant and to buy an apartment. In the last episode, I think, Thea tells Oliver that she has investors to open up Verdant, and that the investor is Malcolm Merlyn. And you can imagine how unhappy that makes Oliver, since he doesn't like, doesn't like Malcolm at all, and I wouldn't either if he destroyed the Glades and killed my best friend, especially if it was your son, which is kind of messed up, but it was interesting nonetheless to see. It wasn't really surprising that he was using Malcolm's money. It was more how Oliver reacted to it. And, one of my favorite moments of the episode. He was just kind of like, "You lied to me. How could you do this?" At the end of the episode, Thea offers Oliver to move in with him at the new apartment. So that'll be interesting to see how Malcolm takes to that, as we did that. It zoomed out to show Malcolm spying on Thea and Oliver as they were watching TV. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out on Malcolm's side and on Oliver's side. Number 3, how the episode started. It was a training montage. Basically, it was Oliver training with Roy, Thea training with Malcolm, and Laurel training with Ted Grant, the Wildcat character, who we'll get to see a lot more of this episode, Guilty. It was really cool to see just all of them training, getting up in top notch. Roy was a little bit off, said he was tired or something like that. But it was really cool to see these kind of training montages. Okay, now let's get into the Felicity-esque parts of this episode. This isn't in my top 5, I just want to mention this real quick. Felicity's apartment is with a new set in this episode. I don't know if it'll be a permanent set, but it was interesting to see nonetheless. Felicity's lifestyle. At the end of the training montage, we see Felicity doing sit-ups to like a training video. So it was kind of funny to see all these actual serious trainings. Laurel training to become Black Canary, and to give you an idea of when this video is being recorded today, we saw our first look at Laurel in the Black Canary costume. Amazing! I am so excited to see that in action on the show. But we see Laurel training with Ted Grant seriously. We see Oliver training Roy seriously. We see Thea training with Malcolm seriously, and then we see Felicity doing sit-ups. It just kind of showed that, yeah, here are all the different duos and characters in the show that we focus on, but let's move to this character. We haven't really explored her much. The season will very much be focused on her dad. We heard a little bit more about her dad. We learned that he's extremely smart. He left her when they were young and left her mom to raise Felicity. So number 2, of course, is the flashbacks of the episode were extremely, well, of course, there's going to be Felicity or they were Felicity's flashbacks to back when she was in college. She was goth. It was weird. She wore all black. She had black hair. She didn't wear glasses, but she was a hacker still. Hacktivist, as her boyfriend called it. She had a boyfriend. The first part of the flashbacks, they she had made the super virus and he uses it to hack in and clear some student debts. Later in the episode, he gets arrested and she's extremely torn about it, and we learn that he killed himself, and then we later learn that he didn't kill himself, that he was hired by the CIA, and the suicide was a cover-up, and whatnot, and he was telling Felicity that once he's in the CIA, she's gonna come find him, but then he found out he'd become she had become, in his own words, a corporate sellout. Obviously it was just a cover to work with the Arrow, and we know that he doesn't. So he's the villain in this episode, Brother Eye. Very interesting episode, new kind of villain that only Felicity can take down. And even though this was a hacker like a virus villain, Felicity physically did take down Cooper. He had a gun. She like elbowed him in the gut, took the gun and smacked him upside the head with it. Oliver was there as the Arrow, but he didn't take him down. Felicity did. That was really cool to see. That was my #1 thing, by the way. Felicity taking down the bad guy. Really cool to see Felicity get her moment to shine, taking down the villain of the episode. It was a very good episode, very refreshing to have a different focus, not on Argus with Diggle, not have focused on Malcolm, not focused on Arrow. It was focused on Felicity and her family dynamics with her mother and how they patched things up in the episode. Um, um, Her mom throughout the episode says that there's nothing of her and Felicity. That's all her dad. And Felicity says, I got my looks from you. I have my strength and my bravery from you. So it was really nice and touching. The moral of the episode, pretty much, love your family. So it was a great episode. Can't wait for tonight's episode. Guilty looks really good. And of course, this is episode, what, 6, I believe? So we only have we have 3 more into the season, mid-season finale, the crossover event. We do have the logo. It's like the Arrow logo with this yellow circle with a lightning bolt in the middle of it. So it'll be really cool. I'm excited to see the mid-season finale. And really interesting, we have a secret revealed about Oliver that everyone's been asking for a long time, but it's not even being revealed on the Arrow part, or the crossover, it's on the Flash part. So I'm very interested to see that. But until Friday, watching the other videos, I guess. Friday will be uploading Flash, the Plastique episode, the Mask for Gotham, and Guilty for Arrow. So until then, I've been Epic Gamer. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and share the video. Help me get me out there and get me more subscribers, so I can be more motivated. I haven't really been motivated to make videos. I haven't getting many views. Also because I was extremely busy last week, so I couldn't make any videos. So please share so I have more motivation, and I want to make videos. I enjoy making these videos. I was busy, I couldn't. So don't like, favorite, subscribe, and until next time, see you then. God bless.